Just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening.
Now, although to some degree, I can agree that disclosure is your choice. How you go about it, who you tell, when you tell them. But if you're interacting with someone on a romantic level, I think it's only right for you to do so. I don't think anyone's asking you just to be walking around telling any random Tom, Dick, and Harry that you got it. But if those Tom, Dick, and Harrys are the people that you're dealing with, yes, I think you should tell them up front. Let them know exactly what they're dealing with.
I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not.
See, I tried to reason with you, but what do you mean you don't think it's your responsibility to tell them that you are HIV positive, especially if they're treating you like you're not? They're treating you like that because the average person isn't HIV positive. And of course, it's your goddamn responsibility. You're the one walking around with the condition. It is your fucking job to let someone know what you got going on. You know how that virus has affected your life, but instead of telling that person, you rather just lay down with them and let them contract the virus. In the words of, you didn't ask, or you didn't do your part, basically. Even though you are 100% aware of your condition, you are fully aware of what is going to happen to this person. You know how fucked up of a person you gotta be to willingly infect someone? Lock her ass up.
Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not.
It would be someone that already has a positive test result to say some shit like this. Because if you took that same advice, I don't think you would be in that position. And I'm sure when the situation occurred, you would have wished that person would have told you that they was positive, huh? You're trying to remove accountability and responsibility for letting people know, hey, this is what I got going on. For whatever fucking reason, I don't understand it. And like I said, I don't expect you just to walk around and tell the whole world. However, the person that you are going to be intimate with, they should fucking know. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's against the law. I could be wrong.
Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection?
Now, although I do not advocate for people getting together with no protection, however, sweetheart, those people do those things the same reason why you did it. What makes you so fucking different? Why did you allow that man to do what he did with you? Riddle me that, Explain that part to me. Why did you get it in with a man and not know his whole fucking history? Or do you think he should have just told you since he knew? Now, although I can easily understand that this is a double-edged sword because it does take two. You must protect yourself as a person. That is very true. But it's also your fucking responsibility to let people know what you got going on. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Because we know you don't ask those questions. That's why you ended up in the situation that you're in currently, right? So let's say you got with a guy and he had a completely different condition and you contracted said condition because you didn't ask those questions, right? Do you think it's right that he did not tell you he had that condition, although he knew? Like, let's be fucking realistic here.
Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me. Let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step. Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself?
You're not protecting me from myself. You're protecting me from you. You're the one walking around with the condition. What are you not understanding? And what do you mean, let's go get tested? You are absolutely wasting time. Us going to get tested is not going to make your situation magically disappear. It's still going to be here. You're going to make us go get tested for you to tell me some information you already knew? What sense does that fucking make? Now, if you were a clean slate, that's a different conversation. Of course, I would agree. Let's go get tested. But in your situation, it doesn't even make sense. You're going to tell me some information that you already knew? What sense does that make? Mind you, that is not the easiest question to walk around asking people like, hey, by the way, are you HIV positive? I got to know before we get it in. Like, you know how offensive that can be to some people? Yes, do your due diligence to figure out if this person is in good standing. That is very true. But if they already know they got something, we can skip the bullshit and they just let you know right up front, hey, listen, if you want to do this with me, this is where I stand. I just want you to know that. And you think that's too much and it's not your responsibility. You're the one walking around with the... You know what, man? You can't talk sense to these types. You just can't. But you know what? I know she ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just